So here's my short story. I grew up in the South. I was eager to vote for Jimmy Carter, but by the time I turned 18 and could actually vote, I had actually begun to think things through a little bit, and I ended up voting for Ronald Reagan, and that was a great move on my part, and I voted for his re-election. And of course, he was nearly going to be beaten until he won 49 states in his re-election. So that's your first indication when the media says things are tight and there's going to be a tidal wave or some hysteria that's probably not going to happen. So that's one lesson in my journey. The second one probably is the fall of the Berlin Wall. I lived in Missouri. There was a bunch of predictions that Kansas City was going to be annihilated. Ronald Reagan's tough talk to the Soviets was going to trigger World War III. This old man, this Republican, conservative, was going to create World War III. And of course, instead, the Berlin Wall falls and a bunch of people in Eastern Europe are freed from the Soviets. So that's lesson number one. It's the exact opposite of what's expected or predicted. So anytime the extreme left comes up with foreign policy, you can be almost certain that the opposite's going to happen. So just bear that in mind. And then in 2012, Democratic Convention, September 5th, 2012, you can look it up on C-SPAN. You can look it up on YouTube if they haven't suppressed it, and see that when in the Democratic platform debate and discussions that when God and Jerusalem were mentioned, that they booed the mention of God and they booed the mention of Jerusalem. So we're in a pluralist, Judeo-Christian, one country under God, believe what you want, atheist, agnostic, you know, there's 1,000 faiths to believe in, including worship of tech and, you know, anything else. You can go out and worship your barbecue grill if you want. So in a society like that, to boo God and to boo Jerusalem, that's stepping out in the open and kind of making clear where your worldview is coming from that I don't share and a point of view that I don't share. So that's led to, I think, extreme intolerance. You can see the Clintons behind me. I didn't tear down their pictures. I didn't protest. I didn't assault anybody. I didn't have a sit-in. I didn't call CNN. I didn't cry. I didn't look for a safe space. So my point is, you know, just be strong, walk away. I didn't even know what a hashtag was. I was, you know, not even able to, you know, do a hashtag, and I walked away 30 years ago. So I encourage you to consider doing that. Thanks. Bye.